Yeah, I'm Raven Chapman. I box for Moulsecoomb ABC. I'm 6 kilos featherweight.
Thornton Tunbridge Wells Boxing Club. I'm a lightweight and I'm also part of the Ace Boxing Academy.
Down the gym one day, see if I'd like it. I went down there, done a bit of training, and I liked the first session, so I went back a few more times and started to get into it.
Okay, so Luke, what's made you want to become a boxer?
Well, I did a bit of kickboxing before. That was pretty good, but I preferred using my fists.
What actually made you want to be a boxer?
Well, I started off kickboxing, and I was just a lot more working with my hands. It's a gradual progression into boxing, and I've just kind of always been around that kind of boxing with my dad, and there wasn't really there wasn't loads of women that boxed, but I found Lucia Riker was quite inspiring.
The reason why I started was because I wanted to lose weight when basically I was partying too hard, and it proved to be a good choice.
Okay, so when you first walked into the gym, what sort of weight were you talking about?
I started about 84, 85 kilos, and I got down for my first fight at 64, then eventually fought at championships at 60 kilos, so it's about 24, 25 kilos I lost.
I just really wanted to try out boxing, and just decided I'd go down to the gym straight away. Just really loved it, and that's 5 years ago.
Can you tell me about any heroes that you may have that have inspired you along the way?
I like Floyd Mayweather. He's fast and he's got good defence. Not sort of, I'm not very good at it, but he's got a good defence. I'd like to be able to master it. Pernell Whitaker, because I like my head movement. He's very good at head movement. And I quite like Manny Pacquiao as well, which is speed and power.
Okay, and are there any sort of inspiring figures, like pro boxers or amateurs, that have, as I say, inspired you to become a boxer?
Not to become a boxer, but to become a better boxer, definitely. Joe Calzaghe, but also Bernard Hopkins as well. I think he's a great boxer, and also from what he's come from, I think his whole life is just an inspiration, and yeah, I think he's great.
I assume along the way you've actually set yourself quite a few goals.
Yeah, I've set basically my first goal was to basically get down in weight again and get fighting fit.
So a short-term goal. What about a sort of a mid-range goal, mid-term?
Mid-term goal is to get another fight in, maybe a few more.
Okay, and ultimately, what would be a long-term goal for you?
My long-term goal, my main goal is to win a major competition, maybe the ABAs or more.
Well, tell me about your commitments in life in general as an amateur boxer.
Well, I've committed to boxing, but it's been better for me really, because if I weren't boxing, so I wouldn't really have nothing to do. So it'd sort of be just go out, hang about with mates, and just sort of be pretty pointless, and then just be on the streets and that, which I'd rather not do.
So what about your boxing commitments? What do you have to sacrifice?
Social time with friends. That's one thing. I can't, go on late nights out, or definitely can't go out drinking and stuff like that. Just going training every day, twice a day, pretty much. And keeping a training diary of all my sessions, so I can keep track of how I'm doing and what improvements I need to do. Obviously I've got to go running as well, I do strength training as well, and sometimes I mix it up and I try and do other stuff as well, such as yoga, and just trying to keep things fresh. So doing this takes up a lot of time, so it takes a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, and when I see my friends, it just makes it that much better.
Can you tell me about any short-term goals that you might have?
I want to have about 5 fights at least in the season and just win the majority of them.
Okay, so 3 out of 5 perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay, and what about in the mid-term?
And novices to get that more experience up the level.
Okay, in competitive boxing. And what about your long-term ultimate goal?
Yeah, and eventually I want to go on to win the ABAs.
Get up early in the morning, go running, and then come here, do BTEX, but 4 days a week we do ACE training down here. So come in, do the training here, and then 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I go back to the home gym. So it's a lot of training involved, sort of a couple of 3 times a day when I'm right on it, but I'm hoping to not bother with Christmas and sort of laze about and eat food. Just put weight on. I'm hoping to get more training and stick to a better diet.
I've been working on some strength and power work with free weights and going running, but doing kind of 3-mile runs and then sprinting.
Tell us about a typical week then that helps you achieve those goals.
Typical week, Monday I go down to the gym in the evening at my boxing club, do some training there, go on pads. It can be a technical session where it's just more in technique, or it can be a tactical one where we might spar or something. So it's different every time. And then a Tuesday I'll be training in the day with my ACE coach, and I'll be doing anything from physical work to pads or anything to improve me. And we've got like goals that I want to do in training, so we work on that. And then I'll go to the track in the evening, do some speed work. Wednesday and Thursday is pretty much the same as Monday, also with training in the day as well with my ACE coach. So quite a lot of training, speed work at the track, as I said, kettlebell training on a Friday, do lots of strength work, and I have a rest day on Saturday, and Sunday I go down to my boxing club. When I go to university I'll be a professional, and I'll be doing university part-time, so I've got more time to focus on my boxing and better myself as a boxer, obviously, with the higher education. And yeah, I'll be training a lot, and I'll be professional, and medium term I want to have 5 professional fights.
Okay, so how does that all figure within your ultimate long-term goal?
Well, my long-term goal is I want to be a world champion, so this is the starting point, sort of, for me.
Give us an example of one of your early morning runs.
Basically 6 o'clock, wake up, quickly get changed, go for a run, usually 5.5 miles, get back, do about 500 sit-ups, shower up and go to college.
How do you think boxing's actually developed you, Raven, as a person?
It's given me a lot more confidence in myself, so I'd start to do things that I probably wouldn't normally have done before, and I'm thinking a bit more positively. Well, sometimes if you say you're a boxer, especially for me as I'm female, people kind of stereotype you as being a bit manly, aggressive, not very nice maybe, and it's just maybe I get a lot of, well, it's not a sport that you should do just because I'm a girl, but I enjoy it, so.
So what do you say to people who have that type of opinion?
Well, I think it's just each their own. If someone enjoys doing it, then let them be.
So what about the positive influences?
Beating an opponent that I previously lost to. I felt good because I lost to him before, but then when I find out I was fighting him again, I just put everything into it, into training and everything, and I come back and beat him.
I'm trying to train smart as well, so I'm not just training and not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm trying to be as intelligent as I can, so I can be an intelligent boxer as well. I like to read inspirational books. I like to read dietary books, training books. I download podcasts so that I can gain better understanding. So I'm always thinking about it, and I'm always trying to get better.
What's the best piece of advice you think you've ever been given?
To be positive and just believe in yourself and like your abilities. So when you go into a fight, think positively about it and not negatively, like just I want to get it over and done with. Just think this is your chance.
Okay, Luke, can you tell me about what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given in boxing?
Yeah, it's never, ever, ever, ever give up.
Would that be something that you would say to a young lad or young lady looking to get into boxing?
Definitely, because there will be times when, whether in a fight or at training or whenever, you might think, oh, you know, this is getting hard. I'm not enjoying it. But you've just got to look at the bigger picture and just persevere with it. And like I haven't achieved massive amounts in boxing, but I've got goals and I've got desires, and I'm not gonna just give up easily. I'm just gonna keep trying my best.